last night was obviously Cleveland and Charlotte.
Oh, this was a barn.
We were waiting on this one all year. Cavs defeat the Hornets. It was a weird second half, but 94-87.
94-87, that's the final score
What
after
year
3
is
quarters.
That? Yeah, no kidding. Evan Mobley with 14 and 14. Donovan Mitchell with 24-6. 8 turnovers.
Oh, there he is.
LaMelo finished with 2 points, 1 of 15, 0 of 10 from threes.
I'd like to dive into this.
Should we process that for a second?
Yeah. We're not big Charlotte Hornets. We don't really watch them often.
Don't drag me into nothing you got to say.
Your words, not mine. And LaMelo Ball, I understand he might not be your franchise piece. You might not want him to be your best player on your team. The idea of putting this dude off the bench makes no sense to me at all. He is way too good. He is way too talented. Their team is nowhere near good enough to be bringing that dude.
Is there something I'm missing about him coming off the bench? Is there an injury or
no?
Am I missing something?
I don't know if it's tanking or they're like trying to prove a point to him or they're trying to get the best out of him and they're officially making Khan or Brandon Miller their franchise pieces, but you're bringing LaMelo Ball off the bench, who at the end of the day, love him, hate him, whatever, he is a 6'7", do-it-all, flashy guard who has played the exact same way from high school to Australia to when you drafted him. Nothing has changed. So you knew what kind of player you were getting. You knew what kind of guy you were getting. Why are you confused now? Like that's where I am having a hard time, understanding what's going on here when this guy is.
Okay, but that stat line's still that stat line.
It's a bad night.
It's a bad game.
It's a bad night.
LaMelo Ball is coming off the bench for the Charlotte Hornets. In what world?
46 games in. That's
well, you know what? Wemby's starting again. Maybe they were waiting on that to do the trend thing and follow that. Maybe he starts. Maybe this changes something. I have no idea.
Zion James started at point guard.
Okay, I don't know, you're yelling at me, but.
What are we doing? Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. What if stop?
Here.
Well, we also talking about the same team, same coach that put a AAU boxing 1 on Steph Curry, and Steph was being funny. He walked off the court, and he literally got followed off the court. Like we're talking about the same thing. I don't think they're reinventing the wheel. I just think they've run out of options of things to try.
So let's bench one of our best players and put him off the bench. Like you played with Charles Lee. What kind of coach is he?
This ain't even about Charles Lee. I don't even think he's a real factor in this. The point I want to make is, and I may be,
tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I may be going against the grain saying this, but I like this Charlotte group. Do I think they're ready now? Absolutely not. But I do think they have a future if the right pieces are put around this young group to help them develop and grow. I like LaMelo at point. I like Brandon Miller. I like Knipple. I like this group. I just think
I like all of those guys you just mentioned as individuals.
Yeah,
I like this group together.
Also,
I just feel like they need the right leadership to push them in the right direction.
So then it is about Charles Lee.
And also they have no consistency. One game Sexton starting,
well,
one game Kalkbrenner starting, one game
but I don't think
don't know him as a person, as a man. We're talking about coaching. So if we like the group,
the fact that you're benching LaMelo, I don't think that's a good coaching move. So we could just put that out there. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say Charles Lee isn't a good coach or is a good coach. I think he's an up and coming coach. I think he has things to figure out, which we all do as young individuals in this league. But with all that being said, I don't think it's the right leadership leading this young group right now. I think they should stick it through, let these guys continue to grow together. I don't think Charles Lee...
LaMelo Ball included.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, does this
Charles Lee was brought there to push this group
not like this
to the playoffs.
Not like this.
I don't think that's what they brought him in for.
Boogie, why are these franchises devaluing their young stars?
It's a trendy league,
This seems like another... This is another situation where we have this guy who you look at him however you want, but he's extremely talented and he's been trade rumors. You've heard LaMelo Ball, John Morant, Trae Young all season long. This guy, especially LaMelo Ball, now when he's a trade asset or you're devaluing and bringing him off the bench and having games like this, I don't understand
you want him
why.
to have value to bring back
I would rather do the opposite.
For you?
Play him 40 minutes a game, let him go nuts, and then trade him if you don't think he's a future piece.
I don't know if I completely agree with the devalue thing because again, if you're going to devalue him, that devalues what you're going to bring back.
That's why I don't understand why they're bringing him off the bench. Play him 40 minutes.
It is the first night of a back-to-back. You know, they do. I think they say they preserve the ankles. I know, I agree with you, but just
he's gonna start
to give
tonight?
this particular. I guess we're going to find out.
Also, there's something about continuity and flow and consistency of rotations and lineups.
Does this not read like? Does it read that LaMelo Ball in the eyes of the organization is long-term, or does it read like, yeah, we're fine if he leaves? Like we're going to try.
They would not do this to Knipple right now because that's their guy going forward currently. They're not just going to bring him off the bench for what? Their guy.
Whatever it is, it's not working either.
I mean,
So let's go back to what we've been doing.
Back to the drawing board.
But I'm also with Boogie.
might.
Like this team, they have talent.
They have
like
a
in
lot
the
of
Eastern
talent,
Conference
man.
is not that stacked. Like they are a couple pieces away, a couple vet guys away from adding. See, like, but when you look at the talent they have and the season that Colin Knippel's having, the star potential with Brandon Miller, Cockburner, Ball, like they got.
you don't do that again.
No, you gotta slow down.
That's too much, buddy.
You gotta slow down.
How do you say it?
Come on.
I don't know what you just said.
We don't
Keep
say
rolling.
it.
Keep rolling. Don't worry. Don't let
My
us
point
get you
is
off
they
the-
got talent.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it, and we'll
It
go.
starts
okay,
and
let's
ends
keep
with the
going.
cock,
No. Okay, let's talk. By the way, Draymond Green did recently say that this whole, and you guys sort of alluded to it in there, that making him come off the bench this way is that they're literally tanking in plain sight.
Well, they're losing with him playing too, so it's not like they're losing.
But Draymond said that. So we're not agreeing with that they're losing regardless, or that.
I just think this
They've also
team is
had
kind of
some
years
crazy
away.
wins.
They do have talent, but like even if you play LaMelo Ball 30 minutes, 35 minutes a game, it doesn't guarantee you to win games. I just think it's not the right thing for his his progression. Like I don't think it makes sense at all to bring him off the bench. I really don't.
I think it all still falls in the same category as organizations, as of right now, are devaluing their star players. I still think it falls in that category. Why? It still doesn't make sense. If it's for tanking reasons, I mean, that makes sense, but if this is a guy that has been rumored to be traded, rumored to be a guy that you really don't want there, I feel like you would want, in return, the most you can get.
I believe the saying is sell high, buy low, and if you're the sellers, you want the best thing that you're doing. Like this is a house stock thing. Like don't we look at things like that? Like
Yeah, like if
why are you devaluing my stuff?
if I'm trying to tank, I'm not even gonna play him 22 minutes.
I'm not going to play him.
I'm going to play him. I feel that would be playing something.
Let alone just punk him.
Actually, I'm not going to play anyone if I'm.
But I don't think you can do that either, because now you're messing up attendance.
It's all bad.
Wasn't he he was an all-star? He was an all-star at one point?
It's all bad.
Was he an all-star?
He's also, I think, he had the most votes for a
Now
minute.
he's coming off
there,
the
too, during
bench
this.
for one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, make it make sense. Is what we're trying to say. We're going to take a very, very awesome quick break. We'll be back on the other side with more Run It Back.
Run it up, they run it back, run it up.